Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey guys, all right, we need your help. So we are very close to 3,000 subscribers. We're averaging about 100,000 views a week, and we've got about 2,800 subscribers. So if you guys could hit the subscribe button for us, we would greatly appreciate it, and it would really help us in moving these projects along and our channel. So if you could do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and on to the video.
Hey boys, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Friday. It is July 18th. It's about 5:17 in the evening, and as you guys can see, I'm sitting in my fifth wheel here. I wanted to talk to you guys and kind of fill you in on where we're at with a very important decision that has to be made relatively soon for our 1958 Chevy Apache pickup truck build. So we are getting to a point where we need to start ordering suspension and engine mounts, transmission mounts, that kind of thing, and start getting those things here. As a matter of fact, one of the big things I'm going to be doing over the Street Rod Nationals in Louisville is talking to like CCP, Hyatt, Heights, or whatever you want to call them, TCI, all those guys, and seeing what they have and getting some pricing and whatnot to see how it competes with what I've already found. So as far as Mustang 2 suspension, and what they think we should do as far as either going a parallel 4-bar or a triangulated 4-bar rear suspension. So one or the other, but it's going to be a 4-bar. So we're quickly approaching all that. Now with that, there are decisions that have to be made, and there are questions that are going to be asked, and we need to have an answer to those. Because it makes some of this almost impossible if you don't know what you're doing, right? So I have to decide what motor and transmission there and abouts that I'm going to be putting into the 58 Apache. And we have kicked a bunch of things around, boys. We've kicked around a 5.9 diesel, Cummins diesel. We've kicked around a big block. We've kicked around a small block Chevy, 4-bolt main, camel hump heads, that kind of thing, 350 horse. But I'm going to be honest. We've also kicked around an LS motor, and the more I think about it, the more it interests me. And there's a couple reasons for this. One, I've never done an LS ever, so that's the challenge is kind of exciting. One of the other reasons is fuel injection. Me and Ron both are really not thrilled with carburetors. Even though we can get them running and do what they need to do, they just kind of suck. And it's a lot easier to have that reliability that you would have with a fuel injected car. Modern, all the things. Not to mention better fuel mileage and all those kind of things. So I'm thinking we're going to do an LS. What LS, I don't know. But I'm thinking we're going to do an LS swap. And there's multiple ways to go about this. As you guys know, I am not made of money at all. But we're not poor by any means, but we're not some monster shop and sponsored and all the things. So whatever we do, we're going to be doing out of pocket. So I think I've looked at a couple things. One, doing like a LS1, 2, or 3, like a Corvette or Camaro swap kind of deal, where it's a full swap, go, right? And those are going to be somewhere between $3,500, $4,000 to the sky's the limit, right? $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, depending on mileage, condition, what it comes with, what it doesn't come with, so on and so forth. Now, if I was to build a small block Chevy the way I want, just an old school small block, I'm going to be looking at probably around $5,000 to $6,000. Okay, and that's talking all the accessories on the front, getting a motor, getting a block, rods, crank, having the machine work done, building it, buying pistons, doing all the things, right? Intake, carb, air cleaner, valve covers, all of it. All in somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000, $7,000, somewhere in there. Well, with that, you get bad fuel mileage, you get carburetor, old school technology, and which is just something we've done 100 times, right? So I'm thinking LS. Now, like I said, we could go with a full swap LS 123 out of a Corvette Camaro kind of deal. Now, if I found one of those for the right money, say there was a swap for, say, $4,500, $5,000, and I had the money at the time, there's a high chance I would do that. But there's also the channel to consider, right? And bringing you guys content, and you guys want to see us build some stuff, right? Kind of do some things that, you know, anybody could do in their garage, right? So there's a high chance that I'm going to find a 6-liter LS, steel block, aluminum heads, out of like an 07 to an 8 or 9 or whatever. I think it's I wrote it down here. Hold on, I got it in my notes. I'm watching a guy that's building a 55, and he's got one in his. He's got a 2007 LY6. It's a 6-liter LS. It's 370 cubic inches. It's got a steel block, aluminum heads, 364 horsepower, and 383 foot-pounds of torque. It's a VVT engine. And I believe he's made it up to I want to call it a 68 RE or whatever, 6-speed auto, out of like a Chevy Silverado 2500 heavy duty kind of thing, right? So that's another perk. Having 6 gears would be great, and a beefy transmission would be awesome. And I know they have some issues, torque converter, some this and that, but those are things we can address pretty easily. So I am currently hunting. And if you have one of these, reach out to me. I am hunting for a 2007 to 2009-10 6-liter LY6. Okay, full swap, where it comes with harness, all the front accessories, the 60 RE or 68 RE or whatever it is, transmission that they have, the 6-speed, the big one. I think it's a 60 RE. I think it's what it is. Something that big. All together with low miles. I don't want something with 200,000 miles. I'm not looking to rebuild the motor. Basically what I would like to do is to get it here, basically replace some things on the transmission, seals and this, that, and the other, just kind of go through it, put a new pan gasket, filter, that kind of thing. And put a new torque converter right there with stall speed if it needs it. And then really dig into the 6-liter. The 6-liter, I was thinking, and it really depends on condition, right? But I'm thinking like a either an LS. The one thing I don't like about the truck engines, I do not like the look of the intake manifold. But there are some companies that and some options out there to fix that. You know, you got the sheet metal intakes, like the guy I've been watching. I believe it's in the shop TV or something like that. If you guys want to check him out, he's building a 55 Apache. There's also the fast LSX RT, I believe. That is the 102 millimeter with a 102 millimeter throttle body, which would be pretty badass. Those are pretty cool. You can do a stock. I've been watching a lot of videos on intake manifold testing, and a factory LS3 like Corvette or Camaro intake manifold was pretty good. So change out the intake manifold, probably do timing chain cover, timing cover, do a new oil pump, do like a Melian high performance oil pump, high flow. Oil pan if I need to. I don't know if you need one for this to put into this kind of car, like clearance on a cross member kind of thing, but we'll see where that goes. Do a set of long tube headers, coil packs, ignition, probably a harness if I need it, tune it. I have found a cam I like. I believe it's an Elgin, I think it's a sloppy stage 2, which is pretty sick. Gives you a nice chop, and I think it would just sound amazing in this. And and there's a guy that did a bunch of testing on these things, and it is a hell of a cam. You don't lose power anywhere, you don't lose torque anywhere in the entire power band. It's a really good cam. It's not a crazy cam, but it's a cam, right? It's more than you would get out like a Corvette cam or whatever. It's kind of that mid-range cam. Stage 2. Probably do valve springs, because we probably have to do that. Probably check the valve seals or replace them while we're there. Check the lifters. Probably a valley pan, billet valley pan, killer set of valve covers, you know, that kind of thing. And have a just kick-ass 6-liter LS for this truck. That, judging just based off what I just told you there, we're probably in the 4 to 450 horse range. And being safe with the transmission and, you know, so on. I've looked up there good to like 550. We're never going to get there. I'm not putting pistons in it and doing all that crazy stuff. So that's kind of my thoughts. I think I'm thinking hard on the 6-liter LS, unless I just get a screaming deal on like a LS 1, 2, or 3 swap kind of thing. So yeah, let you guys stew on that for a little bit. Sorry I did a lot of talking here and not a lot of showing you things, but just thought we'd do a little tech talk with Adam here, just kind of go over where we're probably going with this Apache. Actually, I can tell you for a fact we are doing that. I'm not backing out of it, you know, unless somebody gives me a free motor, you know, which isn't gonna happen ever. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So looking like a big old LS for this thing. I don't want to do a 5.3. I don't want to do a 4.8 or whatever they are. I don't. I'm thinking 6-liter. If I do it, or like a 5.7, whatever LS 1, 2, and 3 is. I know an LS 1's a 5.7, 350. But having 370 cubes, low mileage, freshen it up, bunch of bolt-ons, tune, that kind of thing, in a very lightweight truck with a good suspension and dialed, and then figuring out the right gear for the rear end and doing a posi. Probably do a Eaton True Track posi with 31 spline axles and from Mosier or something like that, Curry, Mosier or something to that effect. In our 9-inch Ford that we're going to put in it, rear end. Should be a pretty fun truck to drive. I've got some ideas on exhaust, how I want to run the exhaust and things of that nature, but it's going to really depend on how that suspension sets up. I got to see it and what our clearances look like. So yeah, stay tuned for all this. I just thought I'd you know, kind of let you guys in on this, let you in on what we're thinking about here, and you know, you haven't missed a lot today. We've been we brought my 5th wheel that I'm sitting in from the side of the house to the driveway to gain access to the truck camper, which is in the back, and we'll be getting that out of here soon. We were going to do it today, but my neighbor's getting a lift, so it needs our help. So needs a truck and a car trailer, so that'll be next week sometime. So I'll probably show you guys that too if he's cool with it. But yeah, been working on the truck, been working on the thing. I've come to find that I was missing a part on my steering column. How, I have no idea, but I'm missing the spacer, black tubular spacer, right? And so I ordered that today because my bushing, my steering column bushing keeps popping out. I'm like, what the hell? That's why. That's literally it. So after a nice little conversation with the thing shop, we got that ordered. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We have a ton of stuff coming here. So I'm back on the Apache tomorrow morning. Do not worry. And we will see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.